How are you
Yeah.
guys and girls? Mudsy here from Muay Thai Interviews again. And today I'm joined by two guests. No doubt you've all heard of the famous Sitmonchai Gym, which is in Kanchanaburi, 2 hours out of Bangkok, where it's home to the famous brawler Pornsanae, KO artist Thepnimit, aka Mr. Knock, aka Jun, and Top King four-man winner, who made his Rebellion debut last month, Powerhouse Yodkhunpon, aka Mu. I'm joined by the owner with a little man with a big heart, Pee A, and foreign liaison Abigail McCullough Sitmonchai. Welcome, guys.
Hey, it's good to talk to you, Matsi.
It's good to catch up with you guys again. What's been happening?
Well, it's been a busy couple of weeks, man. It's been busy.
It
A lot of
has.
stuff going on. Yeah, a lot of fights.
Yes, indeed. And last week you guys had John Wayne Parr and his daughter Jasmine staying at the gym for a couple of weeks, but J Dub got a bit of an infection and was hospitalised. Is he all good? And what happened there?
Yeah.
Now Jordan Park good. Jordan Park stay hospital maybe 6 days
Six
because
days.
Jordan Park, yeah, Jordan Park training in Australia have problem in
Yeah, he had a small infection and he was running on it in Australia and then he came here and the heat and everything, it just got worse. And so it spread really quickly. And yeah, we took him to the hospital and they were like, oh, he's staying the night. And so, of course, we were freaking out
Yeah.
because and it's so hard to get information sometimes from the doctors here. But he's made a full recovery now. He made it back home, and he spent one night in the hospital back home. But now he's all good. So we just feel bad that it had to happen while he was here. We were looking forward to having him, stay with us, and he spent a lot of time in that hospital.
So did he get to do much training while he was there, or was it mostly in the hospital?
Mostly in the hospital. I think he only had 2 days, right?
yeah one day
One
one
day.
day. I think because I think Australia very cold and
Yes,
Thailand very hot. Yeah, body no same.
the
Then now,
climate, getting
yeah,
adjusted to the
that
climate, eh?
that mean very good fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure a few
yeah,
people would have been keen to watch him on pads.
yeah. Well, he got one session in, I think, with Kong Fa, and but Jazzy was training. She was able to keep training. She got really sick actually. The night before they were supposed to fly down to Suratani, she got I don't know if it was food poisoning or what, but she was had a nausea the night before, and in the morning, she just took some Dramamine, and rested, and then she was fine. So, yeah, it was. We're happy that it all worked out in the end, but yeah, we felt bad that it was. You always want your guests to have the best time possible. So, sorry that it kind of, they both had to get sick. But she did great in her fight, and yeah, she got to, it was her first fight in Thailand, her first time training in Thailand. So, and she did great. She's a really great student, like great fighter. She worked well with the trainers. Really, really happy to have her here.
Yeah, I saw a bit of her video footage training at your gym, and I think the fight was San. I think he posted the fight up. It went live, so yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. Um, but PA, I'm curious to know, mate. Your father started the gym over 30 years ago. Um, how did he come up with the name Sitmonchai? And were you a fighter before you took over and became head trainer?
No. My father started gym 35 years ago
35.
because my father before work police and my father same 15, 17. My father fight. My father very good Muay Thai. One open gym. Me, PN 9 years training every day. Training 9 years, maybe six year. 16 years I go school in Bangkok because first time my father name him Shaw Sri Prasad. Change Sitmonchai because my bachelor work in police in Bangkok.
Yeah.
Name Monchai. Yeah.
Oh.
Same student Monchai.
Ah,
Yeah, Chen, yeah. I have five.
yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
Nine, yeah. 15 year because I 16 year I go Bangkok in school.
Oh,
In
okay,
Big
yeah.
Muay Thai. And I 20 year I come back training, same everything, manager, trainer,
Awesome, man.
take care,
Awesome.
yeah, tune, Pornsanae, every day. And I have 2 year promoter in Bangkok.
Oh, really? You were promoted for
Yeah.
2 years in Bangkok?
Yeah, I 21, 22.
Promoter. He was a promoter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I take it you prefer being a trainer rather than a promoter, less headaches?
ชอบเป็น
ไม่ชอบ no lie, I know that.
he didn't like promoting.
Now many, my friend want me be a promoter. I know like, yeah.
Yeah,
I like
Woodhua.
training, yeah.
trainer.
Yeah.
And PA, your gym is very famous for its heavy hands, hard leg kicks, and big heart, JD. Your fighters are always looking for the finish straight from round one, and they don't want the decision to go to the judges. Is that something that your father started at the gym, or is that something that you make your fighters do, or that you want your fighters to do?
Style PA make
PA, mate.
pan and look. Yeah, because I first time I look have Ramon Decker fight.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful fight. Because I have Ramon Decker first Falang fight in Thai champion, Lumpini champion, Rasha champion. I look. Oh, what happened was hook left, low kick, pan right, low kick, beautiful fighter. Oh, what I did, I pick maybe I make Sitmonchai next style, Ramon Decker style.
Yeah. And now
Beautiful, yeah.
that style that you've made and you've incorporated, it's world famous now.
Yeah.
Not just famous
I
in
think-
Thailand, but the whole world, international.
Yeah, thank you.
And Abigail, how did you
Yeah.
land the role of foreign liaison for Sitmonchai? Because that's a pretty sweet gig.
Yeah, it was totally informal and not totally didn't expect to be doing this. We were all training together at 13 Coins because the gym was still going on here, but and some of the younger fighters were still training here and fighting out of the gym. But Pornsanae and June Thepnimit were, and another fighter, Asane, were in Bangkok with PA just on contract for a year with 13 Coins, because 13 Coins had a lot of foreigners at that time, and they were bringing in fighters from all over the country to train and fight out of 13 Coins. I met them there, and they were just super. I gotta say, they were super nice. Like Pornsanae, crazy as ever, of course, but they were the ones that were the most engaging and like helping the foreigners there and sparring with them and doing, and by that time I could speak Thai. I had been in Thailand for 2 years, so I spent a lot of time with them. And when the contract ended with 13 Coins and they came back to the gym, PA and I talked about, and having, because I moved out here too, but there weren't any foreigners, or the gym wasn't built to house foreigners at that point.
Yeah.
So PA and I talked about it, and I made a website. It was the crappiest website ever, but and PA and I talked about like changing the rooms and stuff like that. So we got built a few rooms here, and then put up the website, and then we had like our first booking. So it was kind of just a random thing. Like I just did it to help PA and the gym at first, and then it kind of snowballed into this position that kind of happened organically. I didn't really plan on it being that way, but it kind of has become that.
Yeah, so I was going to say, you didn't expect it. Did you ever think that it would be as big and successful as what it is today? Like not just in Thailand, but worldwide.
Um, yeah, I guess so. I think I did, and to a certain extent, because I could see how, I mean, Pornsanae, I could see how good the guys were, and I could see that their style would definitely appeal to foreigners. I don't think I predicted it would become as famous and as busy, and as well known. But then, of course, so many things changed over the past 10 years. Like social media became very big, and
Yeah.
so a lot of things contributed to that. But when we started, there wasn't even, people didn't even have, none of the fighters had Facebook back then. It was all like High Five. Remember High Five? It's like the Thai MySpace. And we used to go to the like internet cafe. I did the website at the internet cafe down the street. So things have changed a lot. But I guess because you're in the forest, it's sort of difficult to see the trees sometimes, like we don't, so it's good to look back and see, sort of, take stock of everything. But yeah, PA is amazing at taking care of the foreigners that come, and the trainers they love teaching, so it's and we seem to invite, like, that's the other thing, we seem to like really attract like awesome people.
Yeah.
Thankfully we don't get a lot of assholes at our gym, I can say.
Well,
they're all pretty cool.
Yeah, because that's what I noticed when I stayed there at the end of last year, that I was like, there's no dickheads here. Like, everyone is pretty cool, and you can like,
Yeah.
I mean, some people are shy at first, but there's the whole atmosphere is cool, and yeah, the people that you train with are pretty cool, and as much as killers that they are, they're pretty easygoing and very approachable, even the foreigners that come there.
Yeah, and
So-
the PA really was helpful in that, like, him and I both had the idea, like, at the beginning, that because I've been to other gyms before, and the Thais were very standoffish with the foreigners.
Yeah.
And PA and I talked about it being important for, like, for everyone to sort of like be able to interact and to be very friendly with each other. And so he was a big proponent of that, like having that kind of family vibe and having everyone friendly. And even the Thais at first were a bit weird, like a bit reluctant, a little shy, let's say.
Yeah.
But as they got used to being around people from different countries, and they really, really let their guards down and started realizing, hey, these people are just like us, and
Yeah.
so it was a nice thing to see that. And now they're just like, they treat everybody like they would, a Thai person. They're very, very open like that now.
Yeah, because I was going to say it probably would have been as much as the foreigners coming there and being a bit of a culture shock for the foreigners. It probably at first would have been a culture shock for the Thais, because like sometimes foreigners, like the Thais might not know when they're serious or when they're joking, or they might think that they're serious but they're actually joking, sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that still definitely happens. There's still like those times that come up, but generally there's a lot more understanding, cultural understanding. Yeah, like the Thais pretty much know now not to call everybody fat. Except for people they know pretty well, you know what I mean?
One.
Yeah. Can you hear in the background, by the way? There's fights going on, and so they're watching on TV, and it's super loud. So.
Oh, that's fine. This is going to add to the atmosphere. I love it.
Yeah.
Now, guys, I'm pretty keen to hear about how Pornsanae and Thepnimit came to the gym, because they've both been there with you since they were young kids. Pornsanae has retired from fighting now, but he's a trainer. He did a stint in Australia last month for a couple of weeks as a guest trainer, and Mr. Knock, aka Thepnimit, he's still an active fighter for the gym. Can you tell us a bit about the background about those two young lads and how they came to the gym?
First time Pine have training. Kanchanaburi have one gym named Sit Lung Sap. Pine 14 year have problem in boss Sit Lung Sap gym.
Okay.
Because Pine finish Muay Thai maybe 7 months, 8 months, but my father go talk Pine father. Pine come Sitmonchai maybe Pine 14 year. 34 kilo. First time Pine first time Pine come, maybe Pine style knee.
He's a clinch
No
fighter.
kick, no punch, everything knee. But Jun come, maybe Jun 11 years. Jun know Muay Thai because Jun uncle work in police. Yeah, my father police and Jun uncle speak. Jun come Sitmonchai. Jun come maybe 19 kilo.
19 kilos.
Yeah. Yeah. Jun first Muay Thai Sitmonchai.
19 kilos at how old?
Yeah.
13? 13 years old?
June was 11.
11.
11 or 12.
Yeah.
And Pornsanae 14. And yeah, that like PA said, Pornsanae was a knee fighter when he came, and PA switched up his style. June was always like June won his first fight by knockout. So he kind of had that like right from the get-go, that style. But yeah, they both grew up here, got all their training here, got their foundations here. And Pornsanae used to beat up June. So June, when June first came, he was like, I should show you a picture of him. He was just the tiniest little thing, and Pine used to bully him, and like, but they're all good now. But it was like pretty funny when they tell the stories about it, But yeah, they've and Kujoab, a lot of our trainers too, like Kudam, Kujoab, they were also fighters at the gym too. So yeah, it's like their home. They've been here for so long now.
That's right. And PA, at what age? How old were Pornsanae and Thepnimit? How old were they when you realised, after watching them train for some time, that they could become very, very good at fighting and take their Muay Thai to the next level and become a superstar?
I think him superstar. You don't Pine and Jun very good hard training and fight. Good training, good fight.
Yeah.
You superstar. Maybe 60%, 70%. Fight. PA look, okay, you done good. Make style every match. Train hard, training, fight, same thing. Superstar.
PA kid, don't you tell
Oh, I think 16, because 16 have big, maybe 44, 45 kilo fight in Lumpini and Raja.
Yeah.
Big, maybe make fight and a low kick easy.
And
Pine and Jun.
And you told me that when Pornsanae first come, he was a knee fighter, a clinch fighter, and Thepnimit always had good hands. But were they always crazy fighters, or is that something that you instilled in them over time?
Yeah, the time.
So you've been bad, developed by.
That was baby.
Yeah, they were already.
I speak. Fight, you go. Pine and Jun go. No stop. One round, 2, 3, 4.
So they
big heart. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were born like that. That's what PA was saying before. Like they both had that, like, I mean, you can see it when you've met Pornsanae, you know what he's like. Like you can see him, you can imagine him as a little kid, just like the same, like wildness. He's got kind of a wildness to his spirit and to his, to his style, his fight style. So he's like that as a trainer. He's like that as a person. And Jun's much more reserved, like as a person, and I guess as a fighter, he's a little bit more reserved. But than Pornsanae, but he still has that. He still had that pretty early on.
Yeah, because I remember when I was staying there, and one of the foreign guys, one of the Aussie guys I was there with, he was always having a joke with Pornsanae, and Pornsanae went and got one of his big trophies, and he goes, "I give this to you, you champion, but not champion for Muay Thai, champion for talking."
Amen. That was Amen.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Oh, we miss him. Yeah, he was hilarious.
Those two just used to give it to each other, but it was always good fun.
Good fun. Yeah, he loves the banter. He
Yeah.
loves the banter, Pornsanae, and he will just, you can't be at the gym. When he went to Evolve for those 2 years, it was so quiet in comparison because he just brings the energy up at the gym so much. He's so loud when he comes in the room. He's a big presence, a big character, and so yeah, he's always been like that.
Yeah, you're trying to do sit-ups and he starts tickling you.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, and Abigail, I wanted to ask, Thepnimit also makes his own handmade custom moncons.
Yeah.
How did he get into that, and what made him want to start handcrafting them? Because it seems to be a nice little business venture he's got going on there on the side of fighting.
Yeah, well, we have to definitely, he would, if he was here, he would definitely tip his hat off to Boom and Francis Watanabe because we were up there at their gym in Isan and we saw Boom had made one using a pakama. And it was just so beautiful, and June really liked it, and he decided at that time he was trying to look for something to, kind of fill his time because he wasn't writing as much, and he's trying to make some, open up another means of income for himself.
Yeah.
And June is very like a real perfectionist, and when he gets into something, like right now, like. For a while it was I don't know, he gets into things and then he puts his whole energy into it. So the Moncon idea, he decided he was going to try and make a couple and see how it went, and then he just like ran with it, and he loves it. He loves making them. He loves like getting them blessed, and it's something he loves to do. So it just kind of naturally turned into it. Again, it was an organic thing. Like he didn't set out with the idea of making a big, a big business of it. It was just more just to sort of see how it went, and then it just naturally kind of has done well. In fact, we get, people are saying you should expand. You should like get a website and sell them, but it's kind of hard to keep up with the demand.
Yeah.
Because he does, we get the pakamas, from Isan, and there's just it's a long process. So, but eventually, hopefully, when he's completely done fighting, he can spend more time on it and maybe just get a big stock of them, so we can open up a website.
Yeah, because I remember when I was very fortunate. I spent maybe 45 minutes, but he was kind enough to take me out and show me where he makes them and sort of how he makes them, and it's really quite intricate, and it's not as easy as what people think, and they're really well and beautifully handcrafted.
Yeah.
And another fighter I'm keen to have a bit of a chat about is Yodkhunpon. How long has he been at the gym for, and how did he end up at Sitmonchai?
Yodkhunpon nickname Mu. Yodkhunpon first time come Sitmonchai Yodkhunpon 8 years.
8 years
Yeah,
old.
maybe a year.
8 years old, yeah.
70 kilo. Now Yodkhunpon 24 years. Now Sitmonchai 16 years. Yodkhunpon. Yeah. Because come Sitmonchai because Yodkhunpon father and mother work in Nakhon Pathom city.
Yeah.
In Nakhon Pathom city, and Sitmonchai maybe like 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. Yodkhunpon father like Muay Thai. Oh, have Sitmonchai Muay Thai in Kanchanaburi.
Yeah. And he had a brother. His brother, Chama? He had a brother who was also really into fighting. His parents were originally from Korat in Isan, and they moved to Nakhon Pathom, and which is like 50 kilos from here.
Yeah.
It's and his parents opened up a Buddha statue making business. But him and his brother came, but his brother couldn't fight because he had like asthma or something like that, had a breathing problem and some sort of like I don't know, some condition that didn't allow him to fight. So Moo said at that point, Moo means pig, by the way, because
Pig,
he was
yeah.
a really chubby baby. Yeah, and anyway, so then he just decided at that point that he was going to do it, and he was going to do it for his family, to help his family. And yeah, he's been at the camp ever since. So 8 years old, yeah. And he was how many kilos when he came?
17.
17 kilos, yeah. He was the teeniest little thing, yeah.
Because he's been doing awesome. He's fighting on Top King all the time. He made his Rebellion debut the other month, and he's also fought on Glory over in America. So
Yeah.
he's doing great things. Has he got any big fights planned or coming up that you guys can fill us in on?
Well, he's gonna fight again on Top King real soon. We're not sure about the date, but
Next month.
next month, yeah. He's also got a couple of offers in the work from Europe. We haven't nailed down any details at this point, so but yeah, he's really in a good place right now. He went through a tough couple of years. And he was still growing. You know, a lot of the fighters, when they have hit those teenage years, they go through a lot of transition. But you know, and he had a partner and he had a child, and now, but now he's in a really good space, because it feels like he's back at the point where he was when he was 16. He was doing really well in the stadiums. He was like top 5 fighters, top 5 ranked. I think he was ranked number 2 or 3 at Lumpini.
Top 2.
Top 2, yeah. And
126 pounds.
at 126 pounds, yeah. And so he did really well, but then just around that time, his life kind of took over, and he had to, you know, he stopped competing as much at that point. He went to university. He found girls, you know, all of that teenage stuff. But he's kind of back with that same motivation and mentality right now, and that strength and confidence. So it's really good to see. I'm really excited for him this year. I think he's going to do really well this year.
Oh mate, I'll tell you what, he's got some kicks on him. Like I see him, I think it's Crew Dan holding the pads, and he gets like whiplash. His whole body just jolts every time he gets kicked.
Yeah, he's got some power behind his hands and his kicks, man, for sure, and his knees.
And at the moment, how many active Thais have you got staying and fighting at your gym?
Thai fighter, now I have 10 fighters, yeah.
And how many foreign sponsored fighters have you got at the gym?
I have sponsor 2.
2.
Yeah.
And how many at present? How many just foreign guests do you have? Foreign customers.
Right now, I think we have about mi kikon. You said Donnie mi kikon.
Donnie,
Mi sipwa.
15.
15, yeah, about 15 guests.
Yeah.
We're just a bunch of people are leaving tomorrow, and we've got some new people coming. But we actually keep the limit on the amount of people we can train, so we can keep the quality of the training high.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard sometimes, because we get booked like a couple of months in advance, and then, you know, we get like an old student that comes back every year, and they'll say, "Oh, I'm coming next week," and you know, we'll always try and fit them in. So the 15 is usually 15 to 20 is like our maximum.
That's when you max out.
Yeah.
Awesome. And PA, how many champions have you trained?
I have 2. I met Pornsanae and Yodkhunpon. Pornsanae have 8 champions. Yodkhunpon maybe, and 2 champions.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh no, Luke here too. Long time ago we had Luke here. He was the first champion of gym.
I was going to say, is that the really small guy that works there?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's too small to hold pads? That's why you won't let him hold pads?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him because I saw that photo, and I think it was Jake or someone was like, "Oh, that's the first champion that PA ever trained."
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, he's uh he's still part of, that's what I mean about the extent, like the family, like he went away for ages and did all kinds of work, and he ended up back here. Everyone always ends up back here.
Yeah. Well, it's not hard to see why.
Yeah, for sure.
And PA, what have been some of your most proudest moments as a trainer and as an owner of Sitmonchai Gym?
I think I take care many Thai trainer, Thai fighter, and many people come Sitmonchai. Happy. I think number one, happy. Yeah, I like everything good.
Everything.
Take care, yeah, people good, I'm happy.
That you're taking care of the trainers, the fighters, and that,
Yeah.
and that everyone, or a lot of
Some,
people want to come and train at Sitmonchai.
yeah, some fighter finish fight, อย่างเช่น Pornsanae finish fight. I take care of have job, good family, everything good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems to be one of the good things that you have about your gym. Like, you care about a lot of your fighters, and you try and instill into them, like after their fight career finished, that they've got to try and do something, because a lot of fighters or ex-fighters, they're lost, and they don't really want to do anything, or they don't know anything else apart from fighting, but you can't fight for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's something we both try and do. Like try and fortunately, I'm in a position where I can help, like get them overseas work, you know. So that helps a lot. Like we can set up contracts for them to go work abroad or do seminars, and that I think PA just wants everybody to do well at the end of the day, wants everyone happy. Everyone always says he's like one of the nicest gym owners ever, because he doesn't like beat on his fighters, and if the fighters are like, he takes really good care of everyone, and then that's, from my perspective, that's what I think keeps the trainers here too, like, because you know how it is, it's a very nomadic kind of profession in a way. A lot of, at the gyms I've been at, the trainers change a lot, and but they stick around here because they also get good opportunities to go overseas. Like we've had 2 of our trainers go to Bunshu Gym, to Wayne's gym. We've had Kusan go to Gav's gym in Perth. We've had Kusan go to the gym the gym in Peru, Rodrigo's gym at F14. So they get good opportunities.
Yeah, I saw Kusan. He is going to Gav's. Is that more of a long-term thing, or is that just like a short-term thing?
Well, yeah, it'll be a long-term thing. He's going initially for the 3 months, and then if they both, if they are both happy with it, then then he'll extend for like a 2-year contract, which is the visa that you can get to go to Australia for a more permanent basis. You can do the 2. Yeah, actually, 2 of our other trainers, Yodkhunpon and Abigail, were at Corporate Box for 2 years. Well, they ended up being there for over 4 years, because then after the 2 years ended, they extended. But now Yodkhunpon is back here, and I think Abigail will be back soon. But yeah, it could be a long-term position. That's what they're looking for.
Oh, great. And do a lot of trainers, like a lot of your long-term trainers, do a lot of them like to go overseas, or are they happy just staying in Thailand and teaching the foreigners and the Thais that come?
Some of them are happier to stay. They don't like to travel, and some of them, I think all Thais at heart, they don't really like to leave Thailand. All the trainers, they only like to go if it's like a really good opportunity to earn some money for their families and that. But generally, it's so different, the society, that depending on where they go, it can be hard because they like to do things in groups. Everything is collective here, right?
Yeah.
And so it can be hard. I know from experience, sometimes trainers can go overseas and they're just really depressed. Like after a month, they're like, I want to come home. But I'd say a lot of them have had the experience now. If it's for a month, they like it. You know, they can make some extra money, and they get to, you know, see another country and so on. But yeah, there's June, for example, he loves traveling and stuff, but I'd say most of them are more home buddies.
So how many active trainers have you got at the gym presently?
Nine. No, I
Nine.
have nine. Yeah, nine trainers.
Yeah, we've got a full house of trainers, man.
Full house of trainers and a full house of people training. Gotta love it, eh?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's nice to have all the trainers working in here because they got, you know, we got a good range, good variety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed, which I really liked and admired, is PA always looks to put on good matchups to test the fighter, and it doesn't matter whether it's, you know, someone having their first fight, their 10th or their 50th. How important is it to you to get fighters good matchups? Because I know Sitmonchai prides itself on giving fighters hard fights, whether they win, lose or draw. They always like to learn.
Yes, I think fight win 50%, lose 50%. Very good fighter. But sometimes you win 100%. I think IQ no up. You sometimes win, sometimes lose. But good fighter 50. Everything 50.
Yeah.
Very good. Sometimes maybe you want win. No, you want win. Opponent want win same. You
Yeah.
good fight, you win.
Yeah.
Sometimes because sometimes people fight the same. Sometimes you have 6 fight, sometimes 20 fight, no same. I met come Sitmonchai training, I check, okay, you 4 fight, opponent 5 fight, very good fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, VA really tries hard to get. I've noticed that to get like really good matchups, and I think it's a really good quality because you know, a lot of gyms. Well, I'm not casting aspersions, but I know when I first came like to Thailand, I got thrown in with like a champion, you know, like right away. But most people, you know, PA will like really, you know, wait and find that perfect opponent, try and find that perfect opponent, because he doesn't want to give them easy fights. He wants to give them fights that people will learn from. And I mean, just these past few days, we've had a couple of guys fight on Max. We had these 2 Swedish guys and a Danish guy, and they were all such good fights, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were like really good, like especially one of them, this guy Mike fought, and it was just like back and forth. It was so edge of your seat, like really entertaining. Yeah.
No, I brought that up because, like, let's face it, you know, you guys live in Thailand, I live in Thailand, and I've seen gyms give some woeful matchups. Like, I've seen, like, you know, I've seen foreigners get in there and they fight a Thai who literally just wants to take his money and piss
Yeah.
off. So he takes a dive from a jab.
Yeah.
And then I've also seen the complete opposite, where they put a foreigner in with the Thai
Yeah.
who he should never be fighting, and the Thai just absolutely demolishes him in like
Yeah.
a round and a half.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of gyms, it's sort of like harsip, you know, it's going to be 50-50 whether it's going to be a good fight or it's just going to be a dole fight,
Yeah.
is what I call them, which is
Yeah.
dole
Yeah.
means bullshit, basically, people,
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
listening.
It's so true, and it's hard. Sometimes it can be hard to get around that, like if you don't know the promoters very well, and they'll, you know, somebody will be, you know, less than honest about the level of experience that their fighter has. You
Or the
know,
weight
there's
match,
sometimes,
or the weight matchups, you get someone
yeah,
who's just like 10
yeah,
kilos heavier than someone.
yeah. I mean, PA's pulled people out of fights when he's gotten there and seen their opponent is like way bigger. But he tries to keep on top of it. You can't always prevent it, but he tries his best. But yeah, like you say, it happens all the time here.
So yeah, and one thing I noticed while I was on my stay, and I would like to commend PA and all the trainers, fighters, and people that go and support the fights, is that because you do live a couple of hours outside of Bangkok, your willingness and dedication to travel long distances, often hours on end, to get fights and take good care of them, which You know, a lot of people these days, you know, especially coming from Western countries, they only have to travel half an hour to the stadium. You know, you guys travel for, you know, well, it takes you 5 hours to get from Sitmonchai to Pee A. A lot of guys on max, and then more often than not, you'll drive back that night or stay in a hotel and leave the next day. But you guys are, you know, remarkable and always traveling. You always have good support crew there. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to say that's one of the things that I admire most about PA, is that he's always like, he's Mr. Take Care, you know, like he goes to any length to make sure everybody's doing well. And yeah, he wants people to have a really good experience, from everything from like the food to the training to the fight, you know. And well, we both do, you know, but he you know, if somebody doesn't like their bed, he'll go and buy them a new mattress, you know what I mean? And he's just like that. He really wants to have people to have a good experience, and he takes it very seriously. So yeah, you know, that's why he tries to go to all of their fights as well if he can. He tries to be in the corner to see the people, to see the students fight. And I think that's why people come back here, because we get a lot of return visitors, you know. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and not just just that, you know, but like, you know, you've got trainers that have been there for 20 years. Kong Fa San, Jimmy, all the other. I forget the little short ripped dude that lives on a diet of rice and cigarettes, but he's got a 6-pack, always sweeping. Is that?
Really.
Yeah. So it's a real testament to the way you treat your trainers and the people that come. So what fights has the gym got coming up? That can be from, you know, your resident Thais to your foreigners staying there.
Well, at the moment we have Willie fighting this weekend.
Yeah,
Willie boy.
Willie boy.
Willie boy.
Yeah.
Have Willie, and next week Willie. Next week have Hayden and Saha. Hayden Saturday, Saha Sunday, Monday. Monday have Pelek and Hannah.
Yeah, and we had two of our Thais that were supposed to fight this weekend, Dao Pasuk and Nuchin. Both of them, and June actually, have gotten really sore throats. They've got strep throat. So like all three guys, and Lei as well, all came down with really bad strep throat. So their fights got postponed for a week. But I think they'll be fighting the following weekend too, like the 8th, and then Petch Sitmonchai is going to be fighting on the 15th. Yeah, 15th of July. So yeah, a lot of more fights coming up. We've got like a few young Israeli fighters here at the moment. They're really good. They're all fighting next weekend as well. Peleg, Hadar, and Sahar. Sahar's fighting on the Sunday show. He's doing great. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. A lot more travel coming up, but no overseas fight. Oh, actually, what am I saying? June is fighting in Ireland at the end of in middle of October 13th. He'll be fighting for a title against Ryan Sheehan in sorry, that's Pi just came in.
That's all good.
So yeah, like I said, he's got a couple of warm-up fights here beforehand, but yeah, I think that's it really.
That's he's having a rematch, isn't he? He drew against Ryan last time.
Ryan Sheehan. Yeah, Ryan. It was a great fight, a really exciting fight. So they're going to rematch. Really loved being out there in Cork. Martin Horgan, the promoter, is an amazing promoter, and he's doubled up with Lion Fight, and they're putting on the show in October. So everyone, try and come out in October to see us out there in Cork City. Bring your winter jackets though. I guess it'll be a bit cold.
And your Guinness.
Yeah, your Guinness. Get your Guinness on there.
Now, guys, if people want to come stay and train at Sitmonchai, what's the best form of contact and who should they speak to?
All the English speakers or non-Thai speakers can get in touch with me. So I usually can be reached by email. The email at the gym is real easy, sitmonchaimuaythai@gmail.com. And all the contact details are on our website, sitmonchai.com. But yeah, I handle all the bookings. I talk to people if they have any questions. We have an FAQ page on our website as well. But yeah, they can call or email and contact me on Facebook as well. And we can make a booking and answer any questions they have.
And last but certainly not least, is there anyone that you both wish to thank or give a shout out to?
I was thinking about
I
this.
think ทุกคน
Yeah, Pia and I kind of talked about it before. We're just really grateful for everybody that's come to the gym, like all of our students, like all the people that have come and trained. It's what makes the gym special is like all the people that come. Like I said before, really lucky. We get such an amazing group of people, and we meet like these, from all over the world. We meet these great people who are, they're just instantly become part of the family. It feels like we've got this like extended family all over the world, and so yeah, we're all Pia and I are both very grateful for that.
No problems, guys. Well, thank you very much for taking time out of your hectic schedules to have a chat with me. It's greatly appreciated, and love the work you guys are doing. Keep it up. Love training at your gym. I'll be back sometime. I couldn't tell you when because work and life's getting in the way, but I'll be back sometime in the near future. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, we'd love that. We loved having you.
Righto, guys. Thanks very much for your time.
Okay.
Cheers.